Good afternoon, this is Jeff with Sewer Tech Northwest. Today we're at property address 7415 Southeast Madison Street here in Portland. We're located down in the basement of the home up against the rear foundation wall or straight out from the stairs coming down here. We have it's a 3-inch cap, but it's a 4-inch cast iron line. We're going to check the overall condition and serviceability of the sanitary sewer line. Currently have water running here. Here we go. And this might be a septic conversion that wraps around the whole house, so I may have to use a longer camera. We'll see here. It transitions here over to 4-inch ABS plastic. We have another Y connection coming in here, and there's water flowing out of that. So I'll just try and figure out. I have a bathroom and kitchen sink running. And my guess is they've got an external tie-in there. We'll test that at the end just to make sure that that connection is coming in from this house and not some other home. Being that it is updated at this point, it'd be rather odd for it to be a party line connection, but we'll rule it out. Transitions here over to 6-inch concrete pipe, and I will locate this spot as well here in just a little bit to make sure we're at the street curb. In Multnomah County, it's very common for the transition to be at the curb in this type of circumstance here where it's been updated but the other end hasn't. The only reason I say that is this concrete here is looking fairly rough. We have almost half to 3/4 of the aggregate rock there starting to show through. Still, it looks like it's still functioning, but it's getting near the end of its lifespan. And we have a big old hole there in the side of the pipe, and that's the problem. The aggregate starts to show through the pipe walls, thin out a lot. That right there is probably the combination of the pipe deteriorating and a rat tunnel that's come through. Got another big hole right there as well. And this, so right in front of the camera, my camera's not going to be able to move past this point here. It doesn't. Oh, there it goes. And this is the main lateral connection here at 97 feet. Now we're going to let the line drain out here for a moment. I'm trying to, you can see right here as I start to pull back, we're not really getting much in the way of water flow past these points. It's letting almost all the water, at least from the sink we have running, escape the line. Pretty much all of it's escaping there. It looks like toilet flushes are still getting most everything out, but yeah, I think we also only have one person in this house. This is something that you definitely need to contact the city about. There is a ton of water that's escaping the line through these holes here. Now I'm going to park the camera right here in between these two holes in the pipe, and I'm going to put a big white X marking where this is at. I'll mention the depth and location here in just a moment. Alright, just located the camera head successfully out the main on Southeast Madison Street, so it does indeed, it looks like it goes out the back of the house and wraps around and goes out to the road in front, which is pretty common with old septic conversions. Anyhow, this is located in the roadway in Multnomah County from curb to curb. The city is responsible for the line, so I would contact them to let them know about this. I'm getting the depth here around 11'6" to 12 feet deep. And I've got a white X marking out in the street. Again, I parked it right between the two holes here. Not the city won't do their own locates, but just to give them an idea of where it's at. It is in the street. And definitely needs to be repaired. It's losing basically every drop of slow-moving water out of the line. I think part of the reason why there's not a whole lot of debris here, once again, is we only have one person living in the house. And when you have a large bolus of water come down the line like a toilet flush, it will sometimes overwhelm those holes and will manage to get some stuff past it. But this concrete section here is ready to go. It needs to be replaced. I'm going to go locate right here just to make sure we're at the street curb and none of this concrete is homeowners. And at this point here, we are just beyond the street curb, so looks like all the pipe on property is updated plastic and or cast iron pipe. So all that concrete is in the street. You definitely want to get a hold of the city and let them know about that. If you end up with a house here where you go from 1 to 3 or 4 people, that kind of thing can be a problem, where if you don't have enough water flow. Luckily, those holes are at the very end of the line. But when you lose all your water flow like that, it can cause debris to hang up in the sewer pipe just because there's not enough water to carry it all the way. Definitely get a hold of them. Send the video to them. Hey, we're going to park here for just a second. I'm going to go run the fixtures upstairs just to verify that this Y connection here is indeed from this house. Okay, I've got the bathroom sink running right now. Okay, so the bathroom sink's tied into the main stack here. We're going to go turn the kitchen sink on, see if it runs through that Y. Yeah, we've got the kitchen sink running now. It might not be either of those 2 lines there that are running through that. Now that's the kitchen sink running past there again. So anyway, this is right outside the back foundation. So it's very likely, given the fact this is an updated line and how close that Y is to the house. I'll try and test another couple fixtures to see what comes through there, but that's about the best I can do. And there's really not a whole lot of other fixtures for me to run here. So we just turned the bathtub on, and I can hear that water running right down the stack. And if you get up close to this Y connection here, you can see that water is coming from behind the camera, not the Y connection. So if you're curious about it, you could try and pull records, find out what it's for. Homes of this era had party lines, and I have seen party lines and updated pipe. It's really uncommon. But any Y connection on the exterior of the home, I recommend looking into just to verify what it is exactly, because every now and then you'll run into someone who updated their line right before party lines were non-conforming, and you have a newer pipe with a party connection. So I'd recommend looking into that. It's more than likely just from this house. It could also be, I'm going to go poke around and see if it's a clean out possibly, but anyway, you'd have to look into that further by pulling records probably. And I don't see an obvious clean out that's out back there, so. Anyhow, we're going to go ahead and reel the camera on in here. We have great flow all the way to the main lateral, or at least to the street. Once you're out near the main lateral, all the water escapes, but to the street curb we have great flow. And all the cast iron and ABS pipe we've scoped here on property is all in good condition and functioning properly at this time. I recommend informing the city of the 2 large holes in the pipe out by the main, which again is marked with a white X, and then this Y connection here at 4 feet out. I'd recommend looking into that. It's more than likely from this house. Again, I've got to recommend you look into that kind of stuff, and we can't verify where an external Y connection's coming in. There's always that chance it could be a party connection.